English Rise Podcast.
Easy listening and speaking practice.
I landed, and I waited at the carousel, and then I waited some more. My checked bag did not arrive. For a long time, I thought, okay, it's delayed. Then the airline person said the words every traveler fears. We can't find it. I was in a country I had never visited with only my carry-on and the clothes on my back. I had no extra outfit, no spare charger, and worst of all, my prescription glasses were in the lost bag. I felt small and a little panicked. But here's the thing. A few small items in my carry-on saved the trip. I had copies of my documents, one spare outfit, a small toiletry kit, my phone charger, and the medicine I needed. Those few things gave me time to breathe, to call the airline, and to buy the few things I urgently needed. The trip turned from disaster to adventure. Hi, I'm Emma Cole, and that's the story that starts today's episode. Wow, right? I still remember that feeling, and I want you to feel calmer than I did before your next trip. Welcome back to the English Rise Podcast, the show that helps you improve your English while learning about real-life topics. Today, we are talking about travel packing essentials. If you love travel, plan to study or work abroad, or you just want practical vocabulary and phrases for packing and travel, you are in the right place. Here's what we will cover today. First, the must-haves for your carry-on or day pack, the real survival kit. Then, smart choices for clothes and bags so you can pack lighter and move faster. Next, how to stay safe and healthy while traveling. After that, small things you can do to make every trip more adventurous. Finally, I will give you a short, repeatable packing checklist you can use in English. I will tell little stories along the way and teach simple words like packing cube and Ziploc bag so you can practice and remember. Let's start with the carry-on survival kit. Listen carefully because this is the set of items that will keep your trip moving even if something goes wrong. First, documents. Passport or ID, any visas you need, and printed or digital copies of these documents. Make one printed photocopy and save a photo of your passport and visa on your phone and in your email. Why? If you lose the originals, copies make it much faster to talk to the embassy, to get a new boarding pass, or to prove your identity. Say it with me. Passport copy. Passport copy. Second, money and payment. Always carry at least one card and some local cash. Better, carry a backup card in a separate place. I like to keep one card in my wallet and another in a Ziploc bag inside my carry-on. Ziploc bag, simple word, easy to remember. It protects my cards from water and keeps them visible. Third tech, phone, charger, headphones, and a power bank. If you travel internationally, get a small universal adapter and keep it in your carry-on. Universal adapter is a very useful phrase. I have used my adapter in 5 different countries. A power bank means you can charge your phone on a long bus ride or during a long layover. Imagine your phone is your map, your translator, and your ticket. Keep it charged. Fourth, medications and small toiletries. Bring any prescriptions in their original bottles, plus a small supply of calming medicines, painkillers, antidiarrheal, allergy pills. Pack these in a small organizer pouch or a clear plastic bag. A little toiletry kit can include a toothbrush, toothpaste, and travel-size liquids that follow airline rules. You might say travel size. Repeat, travel size. Fifth, a spare set of clothes. Just one top, one bottom, underwear. You can wear the rest while the airline finds your suitcase. I always include a thin sweater or scarf, something that works on a plane when it's cold and also looks fine in the city. Earplugs and an eye mask help with sleep on planes and in hotels. These are comfort items, but they make a big difference. Sixth, important extras. A printed reservation, a paper map, and medication list. If the airport Wi-Fi is slow or your phone battery dies, those printed backups are a lifesaver. I remember a long layover in a small airport with no Wi-Fi. My printed reservation let me find a cheap hotel for the night quickly. Keep digital copies in your email and also in a cloud service like Google Drive. If you can, memorize or write down an emergency contact number, someone at home who knows your travel plans. Okay, breathe. That is the carry-on survival kit. It sounds like a lot, but each item is small and the total weight is light. If your checked bag disappears, you can still travel comfortably and safely. Now, packing smart for clothes, bags, and saving space. First question, suitcase or backpack? For a business trip or a city break, a wheeled suitcase is easy and tidy. For backpacking or traveling between many places, a backpack gives you more freedom. Think about where you will go and how you will move. Next, a capsule wardrobe. This is a small set of clothing that mixes and matches. Choose neutral colors, black, navy, beige, and one or two bright items to change the look. For a 1-week city trip, 3 tops, 2 bottoms, 1 light jacket, 2 pairs of shoes at most, walking shoes and 1 pair for evenings, underwear and sleepwear. For a beach holiday, 2 swimsuits, light dresses or shorts, a sun hat, and sandals. For a light hiking trip, quick dry shirts, a warm mid-layer, rain jacket, hiking socks, and 1 pair of trekking shoes. Try this rule. Only pack clothes you can wear in at least 2 different outfits. Ask yourself, can I wear this with 2 tops? Can I layer it? If the answer is no, leave it at home. This saves space and keeps your bag lighter. Space-saving techniques. Roll your clothes instead of folding them, or use packing cubes. Packing cubes are small fabric boxes that keep clothes organized. 1 cube for tops, 1 for bottoms, and 1 for underwear. They compress clothes and make it easy to find things. Place heavier items at the bottom of your suitcase near the wheels so your bag stays balanced. Put shoes in a shoe bag or in a Ziploc to keep the inside clean. If you have a belt or small accessories, use the inside of shoes to hold socks or small items. Common mistakes: too many shoes, too many just-in-case outfits, and bulky items you only use once. You can usually buy cheap toiletries abroad, so don't bring full-size bottles. Also, remember the weather. Check a simple weather app 3 days before you leave to avoid overpacking. One more tip. Wear your bulkiest items on the plane. If you have a thick jacket or boots, wear them during travel. That saves space and keeps you warm on a cold flight. Now let's talk about safety, health, and peace of mind. Travel insurance is the first thing to consider. I know insurance sounds boring, but travel insurance helps when something big goes wrong. Medical emergencies, lost luggage, or flight cancellations. Read the main parts. Does it cover medical care? Does it cover lost bags? If you take regular medicines, check that the insurance covers medicines abroad. A basic first aid kit in your bag is very useful. Bandages, antiseptic wipes, painkillers, a small pair of scissors, and any personal medication. Keep prescriptions with you and bring a copy. If you wear glasses, carry a spare pair or spare contact lens case. Keep important numbers written down: your embassy, the local emergency number, and a contact at home. Security tools: a small lock for your checked bag, a money belt or neck pouch to keep extra cash and important documents safe, and an RFID blocking wallet if you are worried about card scanning. Digital copies of documents in your email or cloud are very helpful. If you lose everything, you can still open an email and show your passport photo. Hygiene and jet lag tips: hand sanitizer, tissues, wet wipes, and masks when needed. Stay hydrated on the plane. Try to avoid too much caffeine before sleeping, and use an eye mask and earplugs to help rest. If you change time zones, try to shift your sleeping schedule gradually, a day or two before departure, if you can. Let me tell you a short example. A friend of mine, Sarah, lost her wallet on a crowded train. She had photocopies of her passport and a backup card hidden in her day pack. She used the photocopy to get a temporary ID from her country's embassy and used the backup card to pay for the hotel. If she had not had those backups, the trip would have been much harder. Small preparations make big differences. I love that story because it shows how calm planning saves the day. Now, let's move to the part I love most: everyday adventures. Packing well is not just about stuff. It's about creating space for experiences. If your bag is heavy, you will say no to spontaneous plans. If it's light, you can say yes. Bring small tools that help exploration: an offline map app, download maps before you go, a translation app or phrase book, and a small notebook or journal to write one sentence a day about your trip. A camera or a small phone tripod can help you capture memories. Try this phrase: can you recommend a local dish? Practice it before you travel. You can say, "Excuse me, can you recommend a local dish I should try?" That one sentence opens doors. Simple ways to find adventure: walk around a neighborhood you haven't seen. Visit a local market. Try one new dish. Take public transport for a short ride, or watch the sunrise from a viewpoint. You don't need expensive tours. Curiosity, flexibility, and kindness are the real essentials. If you pack light and smart, you will have more energy to explore and more cash to spend on experiences rather than luggage fees. Okay, now a quick packing checklist. Say these items out loud and repeat them if it helps. 1. Documents: passport, ID, visas and copies. 2. Money, cash, primary card, backup card. 3. Tech, phone, charger, adapter, power bank, headphones. 4. Clothes, capsule wardrobe, layers, and limited shoes. 5. Health and safety, meds, basic first aid, sanitizer, locks, insurance info. 6. One personal joy item, a small book, a journal, or a camera. Keep this list on your phone and use it before every trip. Try writing your own packing list in English. Use simple sentences. I will pack my passport. I will bring one sweater. I will take one power bank. Practicing like this helps your English and helps you travel better. Before we close, imagine your next trip. Picture the airport, the moment you arrive, and the calm you feel because your carry-on has what you need. Picture telling a taxi driver the address in the local language, or tasting a new dish without worry. That calm starts with a smart bag. One last small story. After my lost bag moment, I started a little habit. I prepare a plain outfit day before I leave. My spare set of clothes, travel-size toiletries, and important documents. Everything in one clearly labeled pouch. When I get to the airport, I just grab the pouch and my carry-on. It gives me confidence. You can build a habit like that too. Thank you for listening. If you liked this episode, try something simple. Write your packing checklist in English tonight, or say out loud 2 packing phrases you learned today, like packing cube and power bank. Practice them until they feel natural. This is the English Rise podcast. Keep listening, keep practicing, and keep rising. Goodbye and happy travels.